Pardon me, miss, but it is I, Carlenn. Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but may I please come in? Hello, miss. It has been quite a while, hasn't it? Yes, it is good to see you as well, miss. I apologize for my absence, but I have been officially cleared to return to my duties around the castle. Come again? Am I sure it is okay for me to be up and working again so soon? Oh, yes, I am sure. Absolutely, miss. Never better, I promise. See? What happened to me that day, you ask? Oh, miss, you shouldn't trouble yourself with such things. It is in the past, and I'm all better now. It is of little importance. To you, it is important? I see. Well, that day, I thought that I had heard footsteps coming down the hall towards your room. Not Master Silas's footsteps. Master Silas walks so lithely, gracefully, that sometimes even I cannot hear him. It was not the footsteps of Bellona either. The head maid's footsteps sound very sharp, quick, and precise. No, these sounded heavier, slower, almost leisurely. Master Silas, Bellona, and myself were the only ones permitted to enter this wing, so I knew that it was my duty to investigate. I am sure you know who it was. Yes, Master Carlenn was nearly upon your room when I stepped out. Well, of course I told him exactly what Master Silas had instructed me to say to anyone who strayed into this wing, that, at present, a currently unidentified disease was sweeping throughout the servants' wings, and that this wing was quarantined until further notice. I tried to tell him that it was for his own safety, but of course, Master Carlenn would not listen. When he asked by whose orders this wing had been quarantined, and I answered that it was by Master Silas's order, it only seemed to embolden him. First, he asked me what I was doing if the wing was off limits. I answered that as the head butler, it was my duty to attend to the sick. Then, he asked me who I was attending to in this room. I tried to tell him that it was of no importance to a man of his stature. He pushed past anyway. I believe he could smell it on me. Human. Well, what could I do, miss? Master Silas's command is law. So, I resorted to force. I put my hand on him, informing the master that I could not permit him entry, but Master Carlenn's eyes bore straight through me. Before I knew it, so had his fist through my abdomen. Yes, well, I will spare you the more unsavory details. Before I knew it, he had entered your room, and I was on the floor in a quickly growing puddle of my own blood. I fought the urge to lose consciousness, but I knew that I needed to get help. I was not enough to stop him. I know every single butler and maid's schedule by heart. It is my duty, and I knew that one such maid, a spry younger apprentice, would be dusting just around the corner at the opposite end of the wing. So, I drugged myself there and bade her to go and retrieve Master Silas, that you were in grave danger. Yes, a quick one, that girl. She performed her task well, and Master Silas was here within the minute. Bellona and her young apprentice helped to carry me to the infirmary, while Master Silas rushed to you. Nearly a week of recovery later, and here I am. Miss, why are you so sorry? Because I was hurt. That is not your fault. Look at me, miss. I am all right, yes? The chain of events that occurred that day was in no way your doing. You had nothing to do with what happened to me, nor was there anything you could have done to prevent it either. Miss, please look at me. You mean a great deal to me. I have no regrets. I was willing to die if it meant you would remain safe, and now that you are, I could not be happier. So, all is well. See? Right. Now, let us speak of lighter subjects. Yes, miss? Have you been keeping busy? Do you require more books? Bologna goes into town again to fetch a few supplies soon, and I'd be happy to add a few things to her list for you. I can only imagine what a bore it must be to never leave this room. A puzzle book? Consider it done, miss. How goes the family visit? Well, so far, despite the first day's mishap, all has been relatively well. Mistress Lilibet keeps Mistresses Melissa and Melmira relatively busy, and when Lady Ilsenia is not nitpicking Master Silas, she is content to lounge in the Grand Library, checking through the documents and ledgers and records. What of Master Carlenn? Well, Master Carlenn has been unusually quiet as of late, and mostly keeps to himself in his chambers when he is not out doing who knows what. Whatever it is Master Silas did to him, it seems to have worked. I doubt he will be much trouble, at least any time soon. How much longer will they be here? Honestly, miss, I do not know. Lady Ilsenia is still the owner of Castle Volgenheim, and seeing that she was away for quite a while, it is possible she may choose to stay for an equally long amount of time before she leaves again. What does my lady do when she is away? Again, a question that I do not have the answers for, sadly. All I know is that Master Silas and Mistress Lilibet call it business, and they leave it at that. Yes, well, the Volgenheim family certainly has their secrets, don't they? But it is not my job to question them. What about Master Silas's siblings? Well, Mistress Melissa and Mistress Melmira go wherever my lady goes usually. Those two are never in one place for too long anyway. As for Master Carlenn, I'd imagine that as soon as the twin mistresses leave, so will he. It is all contingent on my lady, it would seem. Mother gets what mother wants, as Master Silas says, seems to be a fine fit for this predicament. What has Master Silas been up to? Well, as usual, Master Silas has trouble fitting in with the rest of his family, though you'd never know it at a glance, but he works dutifully to entertain their mother and to keep her happy in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, it is about time that I return. To where? More butler duties? Well, in truth, I have not been released from the infirmary just yet, but I could not quell my impatience to check up on you any longer. So, I got dressed and came to visit you, but I must be off before Bologna comes to bring me my dinner. I shudder to think of the extent of her anger should she find me missing from my bed. Yes, she is quite a stern one. I should be off. Miss, before I go, I had wanted to tell you. I am sorry. I have been very sorry since the day that you were in danger. I could not protect you that day, despite it being my sworn duty. In the face of such power, I crumpled. I was useless, weak. And because of that weakness, my weakness, you found yourself in mortal danger. It is all my fault, and for that I am deeply and truly sorry. I know that I have no right to ask such a thing, but I hope that you can find a way to forgive me moving forward. I promise you I will do a much greater job to protect you moving forward. I will never again betray your What? You want me to stop? But why, miss? Have I You were just as worried for me as I was for you? Even when your life was at stake, miss? But I don't understand. Why, miss? Why worry about me? Because you too care deeply for me? You say that I also mean the world to you. Truly? I don't know what to say. I suppose I was not expecting such a response. I think I shall simply start with, thank you, miss. Oh, the time. I must be off. Until next time, miss, please, stay safe, and I will see you again soon.